Hello again, everybody. Just wanted to do a quick video about navigating this WordPress site. I'm here at the course description page, and I got here through the navigation menu bar. So by hovering over these, they drop down, and by clicking on them, they open up that page. So course description page, very simply put, is the description of the course, and a lot of this information is on the syllabus, but it's a place that you can come and find it should you want to find that on the site. It's again repeated in the syllabus. Instructor section is a little bit of a bio of myself and the other instructor, Rich McHugh. Course Toolset is something that you might want to consider having a look at. It's basically a quick run through of the core apps, WordPress of course, what this site is based on, and Zoom you're I'm sure familiar with now, deep into the pandemic. This is where you'll be working with your pods and meeting with me if that is something that you choose to do. Mattermost, as you saw in the email, is a instant messaging platform that we like to try to connect our learners with, as a place for them to interact with each other, ask each other questions, and in the past has been something that sections have been very active on and used in many different ways, but mostly used to connect to their classmates and ask questions about some of the assignments and things that they're working on. It's a great place to connect. Recommended apps are things that we're not necessarily discussing much in the class, but are something that could be helpful as additional learning, additional adding on. Hypothesis, Twitter, of course, is popular. Feedly is a collection of blogs and RSS, and Trello is a place of organization and organizational software. Okay, back up to the top, and the support is another page that's important to have a look at. This is the help desk, which all university students are able to get help from. It is the general help desk, and specifically to computers and issues with online learning. The Faculty of Education also has a special tech support. These people might have a bit more understanding about the tools you're using. Along with that, again, after people get used to using Mattermost and the IM, they feel connecting with their community, other people in their class, is a quick way to get answers rather than waiting or finding time to figure it out in different ways. Asking quick question on how do you post audio in my blog post, put that question up on the Mattermost open chat, and someone in the group might have just done that, so they can quickly say, here's a site I used, or do you have a second, we can meet on Zoom and I can show you. The libraries is another resource, as well as our curriculum library, which is part of the education department, and lastly, extra support for distance learners, specifically for people like us that are learning asynchronously online. Lastly, just a little descriptor of the learning pods. These are groups that you will be interacting with once a week. They are groups of 4. Each person will make blog posts. You will comment on those blog posts as part of assignment 2, which is a good segue over to here. The next part of our website describes the assignments. I'll do other posts about them specifically, but for right now, this is just where you find them: the weekly blog post, the engaging in the learning pods, and commenting on those blog posts of your peers. Assignment 3 is like a remix of parts of the course that you've done earlier that you now are going to try to fix up and add more multimedia content. And the last one is a group project where you're creating a multimedia artifact and showing all that you've learned throughout this course and theory, and showing your skill set. Tutorials is an important place to go, as many of the questions you may have about doing things on WordPress or Mattermost or other parts of the class or how to integrate Twitter using Google Apps are all here in short lessons. So this is a good place to start even before asking on Mattermost or going through the support role. And a lot of the stuff will be a lead into something else, which again will fit with your discussions on Mattermost potentially. The last part here is sections. We of course are Luke's section, which is May and June. We are section 1, so not to be confused with this, which is Rich's old section, which was also section 1, but of course a different term. Instructor posts here are where the latest posts will be put each week. The schedule is essentially just parts of the instructor posts, but cut out the task lists. So this is sort of a cut to the chase, or what we're actually doing in terms of what is due and broken down per week. This will be updated prior to the week beginning, and it's a place to sort of keep track of what's due and where you have to do it, whereas the instructor post section will be more specific to what exactly is you need to do for those. So this is sort of keeping track of what's due and what's being done, and the instructor post is, so what do I actually have to do? Where do I find these readings? Where do I find these videos? Also in this section, we will be populating with all of the blog from your classmates, which is where you'll be able to find your classmates' blogs. So interacting with those blogs as part of your weekly tasks, commenting on those blogs as part of your weekly tasks, and it's a good place to look at what other people are doing, find something that looks like that maybe you would like to do something similar, and contacting them. That's really what a big part of 337 is about, is learning that we are in a learning community, that we are working within a professional and a personal learning network, and asking people for help and working together is really a core value. And the last one is blog feed, which is going to be a collection of all the blogs posts that are coming through, and it will be a busy spot. Another thing to sort of keep an eye on, and if you're active on Twitter, these hashtags EDCI337 and EDCI337 news are something that are options. It is not essential that you're on Twitter. It's just for those people that are already engaged in that place. That is just another element that's going on. Over here at the side, we're seeing recent posts. So this is where you'll be seeing things that are recent. So a quick glance down there will say if there's been anything new posted by myself. And it's a good thing to be checking this instructor post section a couple times a week, as this is where I will be communicating mostly with you as well as with Mattermost. Okay, so I hope that quick run through works out well, and all the best.